Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for being here. I'm going down a different path today. We're going to talk about diet and lifestyle, that kind of thing, so let's get into it. We'll talk more. I have done a video that talks about diet and lifestyle changes in the past, things that I have done. I've lost about 180 pounds. I will link that video at the end of this one with a card if you want to go over and check it out. But I am at a place where I find myself struggling with my weight again. It's been about 16 years since I lost that weight, and since then I bounce back and forth with about 20 pounds. I gain 20 and then it shocks me and I'm like, oh no, I can't let this happen. And I lose that 20. But over the last 9 months or so, I have been struggling a lot more, and now I'm really struggling with about 40 pounds. And that was a real shock to my system. I have kept my Weight Watchers account, and every month or two I go in and I start doing it a week, and then an event comes up or something fun comes up. I make horrible choices and I think, no, that's okay. I'll start again next week. And I keep letting myself off that hook. So I feel like I need something different in my life, something to really shake it up. So about 8 years ago, for the exact same reason, I did a Whole30 and I decided it was time for that again. I'll explain that in a minute. But it's definitely a reset and a restart, but it does not focus on the fact that, okay, I'm going on a diet now. The focus is completely different. It's all about health, making good choices, finding out what works for your body and what doesn't, because you are excluding several things from your diet. And I say diet not as in reduction, but as in the actual food that you eat, the nutrition that you eat. It's very much like a paleo diet, except for, believe it or not, a little more restrictive. But that is where I feel like I am. I need something to completely reset my system. And with a Whole30, you have no sugars, no grains, no dairy, and most of the additives that they put in foods are cut out. So you're really, like they always say you should do anytime you're on a diet or following a nutritional program, you're really shopping the perimeter. Your meats, veg, you can have fruit. So that is the lifesaver for me, is the fruit. But it is a much more limited diet, and the point is you do it for 30 days, and then after the 30 days, you start doing a reintroduction. And you are pretty much in control of how you want to do the reintroduction. So if after the 30 days, the thing you're missing the most is rice, have a dinner with rice, and then don't for a couple days. And see how your body reacts. You can introduce different grains. You can do all grains on one day. And then if you don't have any problem, fantastic. But if you do, at that point, you might want to go back and try and isolate which grain it was. Was it rice? Was it corn? Was it wheat? You do the same thing with dairies. You do the same thing with sugars. And it tells you what your body is responding to well and maybe not so well. I know. And I hate this information. I know that as I have gotten older, my body is not tolerating dairy as well. It absolutely was never a problem for me in my youth, but I notice now when I eat dairy, I tend to get an upset stomach. And I have been doing this Whole30 for about a week now, and I can't even tell you the difference it's made in my energy, just with everything, how my stomach feels. It's amazing. Another rule with Whole30 is you can't weigh yourself. So I have been doing this for a week and I can't weigh myself. Last time I did the Whole30, I lost 18 pounds. I do not have that expectation this time. It's 8 years later. I'm 8 years older. We're doing the menopause thing. So I absolutely don't have the expectation, because the expectation with this truly is not that you're going to lose weight. Generally, people do because you're giving up sugars and grains and that kind of thing, but that's not the point, which is I felt what I needed in my diet. You're not weighing or measuring anything. The meat you eat, the oils and fats that you use, you can have bacon. Nothing is weighed or measured, your food or yourself. I decided to do this personally because I knew last time it really made me feel so much better. And my hope is that after I do my Whole30 and then I do my reintroduction, I will be more cognizant of the foods that agree with my system, that don't. I will remember how much better I feel. Oh my goodness. Just a weekend without the sugar in my system, I feel so much better. Inflammation is going down. They say sugar is so bad for you, and I know that's true. I know that's true. In moderation, you can eat everything. I should premise that with, this is a very restrictive diet, but for me, it is not a lifestyle. I'm not going to go from Whole30 to Whole30 to Whole30. This is more an elimination diet to find out what your body does and doesn't like, and what you feel better without, to the point where maybe it's something you're going to choose to either leave in or take out of your diet. But for everyone, the experience is different, and I'm absolutely not saying that this is something that everybody needs to do. I just thought, since I was doing it and it's working so well for me, and last time I did my diet video, we talked about so much what was happening and whether I was being successful, that I thought I would just put my cards on the table and come out here and tell you guys what is going on now. My plan, and I'm not sure I finished this thought earlier, is when I'm done with the Whole30 and the reintroduction, to pivot back to Weight Watchers, to onboard the things that I learned, what worked for me, what didn't work for me, and to get back into my Weight Watchers plan. I would like to lose about 40 pounds. I really don't have the expectation that I will be skinny. Skinny is not what I'm going for. Healthy is what I'm going for. I want to feel better. I want my sugar levels to stay low. I want to be able to get out there and walk Disney World with my grandkids. Healthy is what I'm going for. The framing may look a little different because I decided I should get up and give you guys a visual. So this is the Whole30 program. This is, I mean, it's a big book. She's heavy. I got this from Amazon. I actually had it 8 years ago when I did it and passed it on to a friend. Can't remember which friend it was, so I just picked it up on Amazon. I will link that and the other books that I'm going to show you down below, but this is just the Whole30 book. Let's see what it says on the front. It probably says something that explains it much clearer than what I just said. A 30-day guide to total health and food freedom. There you go. The back says, can you change your life by changing the food you put on your plate? Our Whole30 program will prove to you you can, with results you never expected. I hope that is true. And because I am that person, because when I am in for a penny, I am in for a pound. Too many pounds, no pun intended. I did cookbooks. I got the Whole30 Fast and Easy. I did not do this last time. I absolutely did not. I was very successful with the Whole30 with no need to buy a cookbook. But this time, to keep my interest peaked and try and make different things, I picked up one of the cookbooks. You can see I've already flagged in the top recipes I want to try. I have been doing this. Today is the end of my first week. So I have pretty much managed to do it by just modifying recipes that I already make. But now that I have received these, I'm going to try new recipes. And then, because my mom is always so supportive of everything I do, she sent me over this. So it's the Whole30 Slow Cooker book, because I do love a slow cooker recipe, especially like on a day where I go upstairs and I'm spending a day taping a lot of videos. I love to have something in the slow cooker, even when I'm not on a Whole30, so that when I come down, dinner's ready. Fine, let me open it to one of the recipes that I want to make, just to show you guys what kind of stuff you can have. This is a great example. So it's skillet pork chops with sweet potatoes. Doesn't that look delicious? So it's not like you're going without great food. You're getting potatoes with your meals. You can't have rice or pasta, but you're not going without carbs, because you can absolutely have potatoes and you can have fruit. I will link all of these books down below so you don't have to go looking for them. Another thing that I will say, if you decided to do a Whole30 or pretty much any diet that you're going to do, is prep is necessary, non-negotiable for me. I have to make a thorough list, go out, pick up things that I know are going to make it easy for me to get through the program, because I don't want to falter for lack of having something in the house. If I want to make an egg salad, you can absolutely do that on Whole30, but you can't just use any mayonnaise, because you will be amazed once you look at your ketchups, your spices, just like your spice rubs that you use on your meat, barbecue sauce, that's probably no surprise, your mayonnaise, your salad dressings. Everything has sugar in it, and this is 0 sugar. So all of those products, I have purchased special mayonnaise, special ketchup. I bought some steak sauce, some barbecue sauce. I got the Primal Kitchen brand because it's really easy for me to get my hands on. There are others out there you can find. But when you do this program, you will spend a lot of time looking at ingredients lists, and you will be surprised how many products have things in it that you just can't do on Whole30. Sugar, cornstarch, because you can't have corn. This is definitely a diet that when you're doing it, you have to focus on. It changes your life for those 30 days, because you pretty much have to cook everything you eat. You can find things in restaurants, but it's not easy. Chipotle has a bowl. You can make bowls, so that's a great alternative. If you're out, you need to run somewhere and grab something. You can make Outback work by being that person who asks them to do special things to your food. There are things that you can make work, but they are much fewer and far between than just regular dieting. I did my first haul right before I started, and I went ahead and taped it, so I'm going to show you guys the kinds of things that I picked up just to make this run more smoothly. I have since then picked up other things. I don't think that I got my steak sauce or my barbecue sauce or my ketchup on my first run. I picked those up later, but I think other than that, there's a pretty good representation of everything I picked up. So I will show you my haul and then we'll do a little recipe. Just a quick haul. This is mostly Trader Joe's. We have some from, I did a commissary shop, so we have some that's from that, but we'll just go through it real quickly. With Whole30, you focus mainly on fruits, veg, and meat. Lots of eggs, healthy oils, and that's basically it. So I got a lot of fruit. We have a watermelon, pointing with my nice spoon. We got a nice watermelon that we'll chop up and will last us for days. A bunch of peaches. I will probably split this with my parents because my husband doesn't love peaches, and I don't think I can eat that many peaches in a week or two, however long they would last. Some sweet red cherries. I love cherry season. Do you guys love cherry season? Can't get enough. These, oh my gosh. When I saw these today at Trader Joe's, let me get close, I went running for them. I thought I saw them last week and I was so sad. I got these last year. They usually only have them for a couple of weeks, and they are called cherry plums, and they are delicious. You can see they're bigger than a cherry, but smaller than a plum, and they kind of taste like a cross between. They are nice and sweet. They were delicious. Grapes, red seedless, of course, strawberries, blueberries. The pear is actually for a recipe. It's for egg cups, and they have you chop up sweet potato and a pear, and they say it makes it sweet. So okay, I'm willing to give it a try. We got our veg, bearing in mind I already have some, but we picked up scallions and celery, some cauliflower florets. I do have some, mostly frozen. They don't last very long when they're already cut up, but it's so hard cutting them, and Trader Joe's does it for you. But since they don't last as long, I try and buy frozen because then I know that they will get eaten. I like to buy the romaine because you can't do bread. So when I do my chicken salad or egg salad, that I will show you the mayonnaise that I use for that in a little bit. I like to use romaine for my bread. The yellow squash is actually for my parents. I just toss it with onions and butter and oil, and they love it. We have carrots and avocados. Love avocados. Love them for breakfast. Love them for my salads. Love them for my sandwiches. We use a lot of avocado. I got one already spiralized zucchini from Trader Joe's. I thought I would give it a try, and I do them myself. I have a zucchini spiraler, but I got these, and I'll show you in a second. I also got them frozen, and we'll see how that goes. Green beans, pico, because you can have pico and put it on whatever you want. This is already chopped up asparagus, mushrooms, and onions. That sounds like it would be great on the grill. Guacamole, I found this at the commissary. It is a squeeze tube, and they say once you open it, it stays fresh for up to 2 weeks. That's fantastic, since I am the only one in this house that eats guacamole, and I cannot eat that much in the time it would go bad if you made it yourself. These are the Green Giant frozen veggie spirals. This is zucchini. I picked up 2 of those because no pasta, so if I want to make a bolognese or something like that, this is what I have to use. Zucchini in case I want to make my own spirals or just to chop and put on the grill. I use it a million different ways. Some more lettuce. I also have romaines, but we love salads. Bacon. I picked this up at Trader Joe's. I don't know if it's coming across. I will hope that it does. I'm a tad uncomfortable with the color of it. It's already a little brown, but the bacon that you use has to be sugar-free, and that can be difficult to find. And they do have this. It is a Trader Joe's brand. I will look at our local stores and see what else they have. I used to get, I think, Welshire, and I always liked that a lot, but they did not have that today at the commissary. These were at the commissary. I am intrigued by these. They are Egg Life Original Egg White Wraps. They say you can warm them up, and you can have all the eggs you want on Whole30. So this I can treat like a tortilla wrap, because I like to take ground turkey or ground beef, whichever you prefer, and add taco seasoning. And with this, I can put all the veg on it I want, and I'll have a way to wrap it up. I have not tried these yet. This is the organic sweet Italian chicken sausage. It's Trader Joe's brand. It is compliant. I chose this one because it doesn't have a casing. And yes, I am that immature. I do not like to think about natural sausage casings. So I have these to try. We have the Applegate oven roasted turkey breast. I like to have these around. I don't do this too much at home, but like we're having a birthday party for my father-in-law soon. They're doing fried chicken and a lot of other things I can't do. And lucky for me, I will probably be in the kitchen mostly helping out. So I can slip one of these in the fridge, and through the day, just get myself a little bit of this. I'll be sure and take a veggie platter, so it will be fine. Eggs. I already actually have one of these out in the fridge. I picked up 2 more. I will take one of them and boil it right away just to have around for snacks. You can do them deviled eggs with, again, I will show you the mayonnaise that I use in a little bit. It's perfect for that. You eat a lot of eggs on Whole30. If you like eggs, I eat a lot of eggs. This is just generally the meat. I picked up some pork chops, a couple of strip steaks. We got the Shady Brook Farms 93% lean turkey. I usually do the 99%, but the 99% date was like tomorrow, and we will not get these done by tomorrow. Some chicken breast. Okay, that is what we have for cold today. This is just to get us through the week. It is more than enough food. I will probably end up cooking some of these vegetables just to hold them over until next week. You know, once they start getting a little old, I just go ahead and cook them up, and then they last a few more days in the fridge. So it's a great way to do it. You put this away. I will load up the dry goods. Be right back. Okay, so we got out the dry goods and we realized we missed an entire bag. I thought there was more of produce. So carrots, lots of carrots. I will eat carrots. I will cook carrots. I will roast carrots. I will spiralize carrots. Carrots. Bananas. Oh, lots of bananas. Okay, we just also learned next time we'll do the groceries the other way so that it's not backlit, but we're going to go ahead and stick with this time. Lots of bananas. This is just some tiny little potatoes because all of the kinds of potatoes. I have a couple of bags of sweet potatoes because you can have white potatoes now. White potatoes absolutely fine on Whole30, but I always feel a little bit better about myself eating the sweet potatoes, and a lot of the recipes call for sweet potatoes. Celery, you don't really get to dip with Whole30, but, and I'll show you this, you can use almond butter, not peanut butter because peanuts are legumes, but you can have nuts and you can have almond butter. You just have to make sure that you find one that is compliant, which means that it can't have any sugar in it. Radishes because, you know, salads. Coconut flour, because you can have coconut flour. The beauty is you can't make baked goods. You're not allowed to fake your way through baked goods, but you can take like chicken tenders and run them through some egg, run them through some coconut flour, do them in some compliant oil, and have basically like fried chicken-ish. And trust me when I tell you, that's going to be a delicious treat when you're partially into this. Unsweetened coconut, when you put your almond butter on your celery, you can put some unsweetened coconut on top of it, or you can also do raisins. Dried fruit is fine also. You have to be sure that it doesn't have any sulfites, and the organics will not. So the organic raisins are fine. And arrowroot powder, standing right here right now. Can't remember what I needed it for, but it was for a recipe. Trader Joe's dark sweet cherries. The rest ingredients, dark sweet cherries. You don't want to eat these like a snack. You're not, you know, you don't want to sit down and just start eating dark sweet cherries, but to chop them up and put them on your salad, or if you do yourself a little fruit bowl, you could put a little bit of that in it. Very nice. Lemons, because lemons. Lemons in recipes, lemons in water, lemons. Also Vidalia onions, because onions in everything. Apples, nuts. We have raw almonds. I have raw pecans. I have pecan pieces because I will like them in salads. We have pumpkin seeds, roasted salted sunflower seeds, and roasted salted whole cashews. Not for me, for my husband. I would sooner go without. Not a fan of the cashew is what I'm saying. And did I say sliced almonds? All of the nuts. If you need a little pick-me-up midday, these are great choices. And these are great on salads. More produce we missed. Cherries, because salads. I have the Justin's almond butter, because almond butter. And then ghee, because you cannot have dairy on Whole30, but they do allow you to have ghee, because I think the reason is the fat solids. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. The fat solids are out of it. My book arrives today. I actually used to have a Whole30. I have done Whole30 in the past. I'm sure I've already told that story, but I gave the book away. So I ordered myself another book to be sure. The mayonnaise. You can make your own. If you get online and look it up, there are a million people willing to show you how to make your own compliant mayonnaise. This is how I make my own compliant mayonnaise. It is the Primal Kitchen. They have this one. It is the regular mayonnaise. They also have a chipotle lime that people say is delicious. It is not my favorite. I prefer a pure mayonnaise. I like it in eggs to make egg salad or deviled eggs. I like it for tuna salad. I like it for chicken salad. Get this. I picked up a couple of salad dressings. We have a ranch and a Greek. Ooh, They are both from Primal Kitchen. They are both obviously compliant. And I wanted a non-creamy option and a creamy option. I figure this one, if it's really good with a meal to dip celery sticks and that kind of thing in, that's mostly what I got this for. Salads, perhaps dipping raw veg in with my lunches. Coconut milk, coconut cream. The plan for the coconut cream is my coffee. You can't put your sugar in it. You can't put anything else good in it. I am not a black coffee drinker, so I'm hoping the coconut cream does the job for that. Coconut milk, I have a really good chicken coconut curry that I'm going to make, and our organic raisins we are back to again. I think I have covered everything. You really don't get a lot of canned or processed foods when you're doing Whole30 because they all have something in them you can't have. That is what we have for our dry goods. I think one of the hardest things when you're doing a Whole30 to stay satisfied with is breakfast. Because you don't get any sweets, you don't get any sugar, you don't get any carbs. There's no bread, there's no cereals, there's no grains of any sort. So it's eggs. It's eggs and veg. I mean, or if you are the type of person, unfortunately I am not, that can eat like last night's leftovers for breakfast, your fish, your chicken, you're welcome to do that. But I am eating a lot of eggs. And this isn't really getting around the eating eggs theory because it is going to be an egg casserole, but I think it'll feel different because it's a casserole. Can you hear the bacon? It's sizzling behind me. So I am cooking up 4 pieces of bacon for our recipe. I just cooked up some potatoes in the Instant Pot, and we're actually going to do a little casserole that fits in the Instant Pot. It is super easy. It does not have a lot of ingredients. So I will bring you over here and show you what we're working with. To pull off Whole30, every aspect of the meal has to be Whole30 compliant. Most bacon is not. They put sugar. I know, I was shocked too. They put sugar in almost all of the cures of bacon. There are some out there that are Whole30 compliant. This one I picked up in Whole Foods. It is the Welshire brand. I have also picked up some in Trader Joe's, so it's not incredibly hard to find. We will get this crisped up and then we will chop it up and add it to all of our other ingredients. I have just finished and I will let off steam when we're done. These are the potatoes that are going to go in. We have our 8 eggs. I have already scrambled them, and the only thing going in here is it called for green onions. It called for pickled jalapenos, and this is one of those things that I decided to do last minute, and I absolutely don't have pickled jalapenos, but what I do have is regular jalapenos. I buy them in the big bags. They have them sometimes at Trader Joe's where there's like 6 or 8. I bring them home, I clean them, I cut them in half, I de-seed them, and then I have a food saver so I can vacuum pack them and stick them in the freezer, and then when I need a couple, just take it out, use them, easy peasy. A little bit of salt and pepper, and then once you get it in your 1-quart dish, which mine happens to be a springform pan that will fit in your Instant Pot. Once you get it in there, they have you sprinkle it with just a little bit of paprika. That is all that's going in it. We had to grease our dish, so we use ghee because that's Whole30 compliant. Regular butter is not. And I got the basis of this recipe. I have no doubt mine will probably not look like that, but I got it out of the Whole30 slow cooker book. So we'll see how it turns out. I will wait for my bacon to finish so I can chop it up. I'm going to chop up my potatoes. Be back with you in a second. Potatoes are done. Bacon is done. Everything is chopped. It called for 1.5 pounds of potatoes. This is 8 eggs. I started slicing the potato like they said, and it seemed like way too much, so I quit. If I'm wrong, we can add it back in the end. To our 8 eggs, we are going to add our green onions and our jalapenos. We have our gorgeous diced bacon. Got a little bacon. All of the potatoes. Yeah, this is a lot of potato. They want you to use small red ones. I have regular red ones, so I just quartered them and then sliced them like they wanted. But 1.5 pounds is 1.5 pounds. Let's stir it up. Oh, what the heck. Don't fit. Let's put them in there. Can't never have too many potatoes, right? When I was a kid, my nickname was Spud. So I think you guys totally know how I feel about the too many potatoes situation. It just can't happen. Okay. That is completely full. Honestly, I'm questioning whether it's going to fit in this little fella. Let's give it a good stir. Yeah, I don't have a good feeling about this. You know what? I'm going to get, because that is so wet, I'm going to get a piece of foil and put it on the bottom of this. I'm just going to take it and put it around the bottom and kind of do this. That way if it tries to run out at all, it'll hopefully stop it, and B, I won't have a horrible mess. This is what we are left with. You guys can see it. It's just eggs and potatoes. Actually, let me get you bringing it. Got my husband behind the camera. I wanted to pull you guys in close so I could show you. This is our mixture. And by the way, this is called a potato jalapeno frittata with bacon. Interesting to me that bacon got such a low bill. I seriously undersold what I thought the capacity of this little springform ham would be. She's plenty big. Okay, that is it. It also has all of the potatoes in it. I don't think I should have been doubting any of the recipe. We're gonna now put it in the Instant Pot. We're gonna cook it on high pressure for 20 minutes, which I will tell you, when I saw that, I thought eggs for 20 minutes? That seems like a very long time. Oh, it said sprinkled paprika on top, we forgot. But since everything else about this recipe I have questioned and it has worked out just fine, I will also try, oh, I bet they didn't mean that much. I will also trust their timing on this. We will set it for 20 minutes and it will cook on its own. Okay, it has been 21 minutes. It has natural released. We know that because the pressure is gone from the back. And, ooh, oh, steaming up. That is what we have. Let's take it out and give it a look-see. You know what I'm discovering? Look at this. I am so glad that I put the foil down because we had a little bit of leakage and now it's all contained. So I think I'm going to take this off because I'm going to, after we cut it here to look pretty, I'm going to put it sliced in a piece of glassware in the fridge so that each day I can just take out what I want. So, ooh, it looks like it wants to separate a little bit. So let's take a knife, although I did grease it and it is non-stick. Let's just run around the edge with a knife just to be safe. Felt like it released in a couple of places. She's pretty. Tilt this. Oh, it's so pretty. I can smell the waft of the jalapeno coming off of this. Crazy. So you can see how firm it is. Definitely cuttable. It's cutting a little piece. As you may have guessed by this point, it is not breakfast time. I'm doing this late in the day. I am not one of those people that gets up first thing in the morning and thinks, you know what I want to do? Let's make breakfast. So part of the beauty of this for me is the fact that it'll be ready now. All right, let's see how it does. Can you guys see how pretty it is? It came out so nice. That is a lot. I knew it would be. That is a lot of potato. Let's see if it's good. They say that you can put salsa on this, but I think for my little bite, I don't think we'll do it. I think we'll just try it pure, like it's meant to be. See? I wanted to second guess that 20 minutes because it seems like a very long time to cook eggs in the Instant Pot. If you have an Instant Pot, you know that. But it's not. It's just as tender and nice as it can be. The potato was done perfectly, and although relative to how much we have here, it wasn't a lot of bacon, because there was bacon in it, it all kind of has the bacon flavor. I am so excited. This is an excellent, oh, I didn't taste the jalapeno. Very interesting. Here, let me dig for a piece of jalapeno. They say that you can put salsa on this. I think this would be really great if you slice some avocado because there's no real fat in here. So if you did a little sliced avocado with it, I think it would be delicious. Here, this one has jalapeno. It's good, it's perfect. The onions and the jalapeno didn't overtake it at all, so 2 thumbs up. And that pretty much, other than the changes that I made, came out of this Whole30 slow cooker book, so I will link all my Whole30 books below. All right, thank you so much for coming by, guys. Here's my plan. My plan is to do weekly check-ins. Now, technically, I am a week into my Whole30, so I have the other 23 days, and then I'm going to do reintroduction. Plan is to check in each week, let you guys know how we're doing, maybe share a recipe, part of a haul, that kind of thing. If it's something you decide you want to join along in, I'd love to talk to you about it below. I will link the books in case any of you are interested in checking this out. I am absolutely not pushing this. I'm just letting you guys know what I'm doing. This is absolutely not for everyone. It is a restrictive diet. You cook almost all of your meals. I know I mostly sound like I'm trying to talk you out of it, and I promise I'm not. I just want you to know it's a lot of work. It's a lot of prep. It's a lot of cooking. It's a lot of eating at home, and we're real social butterflies, so I think probably that's more difficult than just the foods we have to give up. So I will see you guys again next week. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll know when we put up more videos, and have a fantastic evening.